It's brown and it's round and it grows in the ground. What is it? A potato. You can mash it and smash it and cover it with cheese. It's that wonderful thing, a potato. But watch out at night, 'cause you never know when those eyes they start to grow. So what attacks you, you'll never know. It's that horrible thing, the potato. And that wonderful performance was brought to you thanks to me losing a game of hot potato on Discord. Thanks, Kiwi. I'll get you back one day. Hi everyone, I'm Star. A couple of things have been going on. I know that I promised to do the iron farm today, and I will get to it. But first of all, my computer monitor died and I had to play the game on my projector until I got a new one, which looks great, but I couldn't see text because it was just too bright. Then I fell asleep one day and I woke up 2 days later. The animals, the dog and the cat, were not happy. But I did do some menial tasks, stuff that's too boring to do on camera. You can see me here standing in my nice new wood storage facility, which I built for a while. Over here, you'll see that I've got some logs on this side, got stripped logs and my planks, and behind me we have my fences, and we have slabs, and we have some stairs. I did do some gates, but only by accident. I was making fences. I don't want to up here, I'll put them with redstone instead. So we pop outside and we notice that I've also been doing some work with my weapons, given the books that I got from the AFK fish farm, which I did end up spending the whole 2 days that I was asleep doing. Down here you'll see I've got 2 bows now. I've got Solar Flare, which has Flame, Punch 2, Infinity, Unbreaking 3 and Power 4. And I've got this other bow that's got the Infinity, the Flame, the Unbreaking 3 and Power 5. And I'm going to be combining these two together eventually. Now you might notice that I've got this trident. That was the one that I got from the Western Adventure. And I got Mending and Level 3 on it. So I was able to repair it, because it was really badly damaged. And when I've lasted long if I'd used it. I have no idea what I'm going to use this for now. And of course we've got my sword, which I've called Starburst, and it's got the Mending, the Fire Aspect 2, Knockback 2 and Sharpness 3. I did not want the Knockback, it was with the book. But with the Fire Aspect it does come in handy. It makes sure that the mobs stay far away from me when they're on fire. So I'll be taking that around with me as often as possible. I did manage to get some villagers. Don't ask me how, because the villager breeder doesn't actually work just now. I don't know why. I've got some guy working in the blacksmith. I can't remember his occupation. It's the one that works with the stone cutter. I've got a cleric in the wizard's tower with the brewing stands, and I've got the one that works with the cauldrons, leatherworker I think it is. But I built an extension to the farmhouse. And if we take a peek inside, we'll see I've also got a farmer. And he's in a little cage, as all my villagers are. So I keep him out of trouble and make sure I can always get to him. And I'm just going to grab some food. Okay, we've got the carrots, we've got the wheat, and I'm just going to pop around the back of the farm to show you my latest addition to the world. And it is quite a distance behind because the terrain just doesn't really work well for it. And I didn't fancy going through and changing everything. So we've got animal breeding going on here. We've got sheep, we've got cows, and we've got some pigs. So if I give my piggy some food, and that one because he's lonely, and then pop up into this tile here, and we'll give my cow some food, and my sheepies. And my sheep are all blue. That's for the secret project that I'm working on. And I know I bring it up every episode, and I will show you what it is. It's going to take a while because of the resources that I need. I need a lot of them. So we've got a plentiful food supply, and I'm just going to get rid of this food, and then I'll take you over to the spot where I'm going to put the iron farm. When I remember the way. Down in the bottom left hand corner we'll see that I've got this little tunnel in the hill, and the entrance to this was purely incidental. I didn't mean to put it here, but it kind of works with the dip in the wall. I've decided to put all my major builds on the outside of my village boundaries because they're usually kind of big and it keeps them all under control, but hopefully they're going to be kept within the within the map that I've made. And we'll see here I made just a giant arrow so that I knew where to find the scaffolding. We don't need much of area around here. This iron farm is actually quite small, but we need 6 beds, and we need some. Well, basically we know this: trapdoors, fences, carpets, cauldron, slabs, 6 workstations, any kind, and a name tag. And we'll need these other things. So I'm getting rid of all the stuff that I don't need, and take out all the things I do need. There's my beds and the blanks. Any block will do. The workstations, and put them there. Right. Okay. The beds have to go in this configuration, and it's really important that that's the way it looks. And on the top, we're going to put our workstation right in this corner here, and over the pillows we're going to put any other workstation. And then that's going to help with villagers. So we're going to need captain villagers again. Over the bottom of this middle bed, when I get it right, we're going to put a block and then a slab on top of the block, and then we're going to take out the block and what we're going to do is we're going to come back to the slab and we're going to put a slab back on the underside of it, and then we can take out the block on top again, and on top of that we're going to put a carpet. The carpet breaks line of sight because we're going to have villagers and we're going to have a zombie. The villagers are going to be in water, so they're going to be bobbing a bit. So the first thing we've got to do is we've got to make sure that we put a block on top of the composter. That keeps the villagers in the little one square, and on top of that we're going to put another block, and on the top half of this block we're going to put a little slab, And we're going to take that one out. Take that back. Right. Now, I think I've done that actually wrong. But I'll check in a minute. Okay, we're going to take out this block in the middle. And we're going to put on top of that the one that we replaced it with. We're going to put a slab on. We're going to put a trapdoor on top of it. And this helps the village to bob a little. There'll be water in this block as well. I'll make sure I've got this slab correct. So I'm going to have to go and check out. If I just run the back, bear with me a moment. Pretty sure I made a mistake. If I can put a torch on top of this, it's wrong. Right, see, torch, yes I can. So this is wrong. My mistake, I made a boo-boo. This slab has to go in the bottom half, not the top half. So we'll put another on top of that, and we'll take that one out. There we go, that should be right. And we'll take this block out now. Right, this is almost complete. This but I'm still sure that's wrong. Okay, from the bottom of the middle bed, we need a little row of 4. So there's 2, 3, and 4. And in the middle, we're going to put a cauldron, and we're going to have a zombie sitting in the cauldron eventually. And then do 4 out again, and 4. And if I go and grab the beds back, and put them at the bottom so I can see them properly, and that one, and that one. And we're just going to do a mirror image of what we just did. So bed there, and then one there, and get rid of this horrible grass, and put the final bed in there. And again at the top, we're going to want a composter. So there's our composter. And over the pillows, our other workstations, and it doesn't matter which, again. Then we've got to put any old block on top of the composter to keep the villagers in the box. Take out this bottom one here and put in another one. And on top of that, we're going to put another trapdoor. And over the bottom half of the middle bed, we're doing our slabby thing again. Slab, slab, and one on top. And one on top. Take out the bottom one, come underneath and put one on the bottom, and then take out the top one. That way the villagers can sleep, but they don't escape. And on top of that, we're going to put a carpet. And trying to remember what I've forgotten. Oh, there's trees in the way. No, no axe. So I'm going to take out. I'm going to chop down a tree with a carpet. My carpets are going to be filthy. Excuse me one moment while I take out this tree. And take out this. And the last one. Oh, typical. and it's too high, so let's pile up a bit and take that one out. And I should have used dirt, this would have been a lot easier to take down. And finish off this tree. Finally, it's done. Right, now we're going to have to pile up behind the cell. Would you put it down? Thank you. Stupid leaves. Up we go. And another one. And one on top of there. And on the bottom half of that block. Right, ready to take these out. I don't know why I had to turn the back. Then obviously we've got to take up these blocks on both sides. And we're almost done with the actual farm. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take some water and the water's going in this cell with the trapdoor on both sides, and on the back of this block we're just going to stick a trapdoor and we're going to leave this closed, and we'll do the same on both sides. Again, that just keeps the villagers in one space. Now we're almost ready, but not quite. We've got one more section to go, and I'm just going to make sure the trapdoors are actually in place properly. I've got terrible memory. Fine. Right. Let's get on with this middle piece. Now we're going to have to put a platform over this cauldron. So I'm going to pile up a little bit. 1, 2. Is that high enough? No. Doesn't look like it. Let's try again. There's 3 and 4. That should be correct. And put a block over the cauldron so we can continue. And we're going to want a 5x5 platform here, right where this block is. So make a little cross. So 1, 2 out here, and then come on the other side and do 1, and we'll do 2 here, and we'll do the same over here. And why am I using dirt? Dirt is an ugly block to build with. Take that out. Switch to planks, and we'll do the same again. So block above the cauldron, and then sneak out 2, 1, 2, and doing the same on the other side. 1, 2, and side number 3. There's number 1, and there's number 2, and there's 1, and there's 2 for 4. Right. Okay, that's 5x5, and we need to fill this in. This doesn't take long. It's kind of a cheap farm. And there's the third section and the fourth section over here. And then we come down this, where I left this piece of dirt that I used just so I knew where that pillar was. Pop all the way down. 2, 3, and fill that in. Now, over the cauldron we need a trapdoor. And this trapdoor is very, very important. You could use a slab if you want, but I like the trapdoor better. And we're going to have to get a zombie to go into the cauldron. So now we have to find a zombie, and the night time came at a perfect time. Unfortunately, there aren't any zombies around. Yeah, I'm not going all the way down for you, zombie. Well, we definitely don't want keepers. Zombie! Zombie! Ooh, there's one. Come on then. Come on. Ow. Oh, wow. He was close. Okay, we've got to get him in. We can't kill them. We've got to get him in the cauldron. Get, no, run away. Try from the side. No, no, that trapdoor's in the way. I'm going to kill them. Sorry, I didn't want to kill you, but you're not in the cauldron. And this one as well. Well, that was a bit of a boo-boo. Okay, take out this trapdoor. And we'll try again. I'm going to eat first because I'm down 1.5 hearts. Right, there's a zombie over there, but I'm not strong enough to get him into the cauldron yet. Let's have another. Let's get this back up, get the health back up. Oh, jeez. I'm so glad I took off the mob griefing. That would have been a pain to rebuild. Okay, you might notice that the zombies are moving rather quickly. I'd time lapse this because this took some time, and it really wasn't working. And yeah, I died again. Okay, I've made this little platform, and it's just basically a mob spawner. And I'll take this skeleton up that I can see down here just for fun while I'm waiting for zombies to appear. Oh, nice! I got the sniper jewel. Oh, the zombies are right. Is that? And we're back to time lapse, so we can get these zombies in the hole. And as you notice, this wasn't as easy as it sounds. Even with all that water, they just weren't having any of it. See, that one just dropped down the hole and they didn't even bother to land in the cauldron. That spider went flying, and there was another attempt, and this was where I gave up trying to get these zombies in and decided to take them all out. And you notice there's a few attempts where they actually fell in the hole. They missed it. That one, and that one actually went in, but again he just did not want to stay in. That was a brilliant shot. So yes, I only ended up taking them out. Took them out. And then we've got another spider, and we got a spider from up here. And here I tried a different approach. I surrounded the cauldron with glass. And then I sat for ages waiting for zombies. And I saw one over here. But I had to get his attention. And as you see, he just wasn't having any of it, walking away and coming back closer. And then I came around here, and I got 2 of them this time. And I switched to this bow because it's weak and it wouldn't do quite as much damage as my solar flare. And I tried to shoot them in with the weaker bow. And every so often you see what they're doing. they're coming just over the edge of that hole and just not going in, and nope, that one didn't work. And he just wasn't doing anything. Absolutely insistent, he was not falling down that hole. He was, yeah, quite happily falling on the outside. And I was trying to be really careful. I didn't want to do too much damage. All I wanted was him to down that hole. And he falls down again. And then he died. So I kind of said, just jump down and punch him in. And perfect, one hit. So now I finally got him. Now we're going to put in this little blockage, and we're going to have to do some tidying up. Grab this water out of the way. Then take a name tag, and we're going to have to give Devil's Rumpy a name. And as you can see, I decided to name him Jimmy. So everyone say hi to Jimmy. At this point, you cannot go into peaceful ever again, because if you do, Jimmy will disappear. And we're going to take clean up this platform up here. Now that the platform's clear, I'm going to have to get the fences in place. So we're going to put a platform up there and pop up. And I didn't bring my fences with me. Where are my fences? No, I know they're up here somewhere. Check this one. There they are. Yeah. Right, we need 10 fences. And we're going to pop back up here. And we're going to pop them on the side facing the villagers. And it's going to be off the platform, not on it. And if we pop around here, there's number 3, 4, and 5. And do the same thing over this side. And I'm so glad I made an axe. And 2, and 3, 4, and 5. That's the channeling thing. Next, we're going to do another platform on either side of the other side, the other two sides. On top of that, we're going to put gates on all 5 of them, and all 5 of these ones as well. So that's 10 gates, and we're going to open these guys up. And there you go. And that's those ones open. And we have to take up these platforms because it's just going to get in the way. And same on both sides. Next, we need to put some water in. So bring on all my buckets. I've got 4 this time. I might as well fill this one up. And pick up all those dirt blocks. Don't get too close to Jimmy because he will hit you. As you can see, I've actually remembered to bring an infinite water supply into my arrow. And what we want to do is we want to fill the 3 middle sections with a source block. You could do it with just 1, because I get keep pushed off. Yeah, we could do it with just 1, but the middle one, basically it's for speed. You add a tiny bit of speed to the iron golems, because the iron golems are going to be spawning up here. Well, we hope. And if we can put this down in the right place, and that one, try again, that one, and this one. I said this one. Thank you. Top up all 4 buckets, and go back up top. Take that off. That was the one that we used for the fence, but don't need that. And there. Can I stop moving? Stop pushing me. That one. And another one. Another one. There. And there. There. And I can't get down. I can't get down. Oh, why am I just go to this side? Go get some more water. There we go. And pop back up again. This is the painful part of the process. Stop moving. Alright, which one did I put them on? That one? That one. Right, I'm going to do the same on the other side. So, pop back on, there's more water. And pop back up again, put the water down. And I'm not sure if I've done these. I seem to do too many. But it's better to be safe. And one more. Up, go again. And grab the last one. There. And we're going to take this out. Aside from getting 3 villagers in each cell, this is complete. But it's already getting a little lengthy. So I'm going to have to make a part 2 for the final part, because we're nowhere near finished the actual building. If you like what you've seen, feel free to subscribe and comment on it, and I'll see you soon.